Hello, everyone. Welcome to Master Match YouTube channel. I'm with Samir, who has 24 years of leadership experience in M&A, PE, corporate development, and venture investments. Right now, he is the founder of Coverpage Ventures, providing strategic and board advisory services to diverse portfolio of businesses in India and abroad. And me as a funder, I must say that fundraising is one of the most challenging and difficult part of my business journey. So I'm sure that our listeners and I will learn a lot from you. So can you please tell me how I, as a funder, should approach fundraising and what aspects I should consider?
Thank you, Joanna. Nice to be on the platform here. I think fundraising is difficult because it's one element of the journey. So let me give two perspectives, I think, more as a founder, and you yourself are a founder in this. It's sometimes important and to understand the investor before you make an effort because the most important element that a founder has is time. You need to use your time better and direct your efforts in a much more organized way. So I think fundamentally you need to build relationships long before you need them. And it helps because when you are on a fundraising timeline, when you are burning, when you have only a limited cash, you may not have the luxury of building relationships, so you go on just pitching. But when you have a conversation, just like we are having right now, actually there is a conversation. The investor is also a person. He or she would also like to learn and maybe also contribute with an idea, with a thought, or just give feedback. Investors are also consumers, potential clients, and if you are in touch with them, probably there is a good chance that you develop some kind of relationships where they know whether you are the type of founder that they would like to associate with. So build relationships. Second is keep growing your business. I know fundraising is a full time activity, but business should continue to grow because time is critical. When the investments finally happen, most of the time they happen when the company is having a momentum of growth. So that's the second element. I think having a growth is good, but increasing momentum of growth is what investors look for. So you should also use that as an opportunity to tell the investors how fast you're growing, how fast your consumers are finding your product attractive there. And the third element is research and focus. Don't do spray and pray. Each fund has probably a few theses. It could be by sector, it could be by stage, it could be by geography. Research that. And within funds, also different partners and team members focus on different activities. So make sure when you are reaching out to somebody, you are writing or talking or seeking a meeting with the right person and give a context that helps. Investors get a lot of emails, they get a lot of pitches. But when you make something which is good, different, customized, and targeted at an individual, you're likely to get a response. So I think as a founder, I think these elements are critical to probably build relationship because it's important that you build your brand as well as a founder. So that's what I would say a founder should do. A. If I flip and say on the investor side, you might find this surprising, Joanna, but as much as founders find funding difficult, investors find getting companies equally difficult. It's just the same story. And why are they, and what are they looking at? The first thing, obviously, is at an early stage, they look at the founder, which is why if you get a good introduction, if you get to know a person, it's useful. And that's what I term it as a founder business fit, because you're pitching with an idea. If Joanna is building Master Match, there is a reason why she's building it. Is she the right person to do that? I think these are questions that go in the minds of an investor. If they're there in the pitch or not, they are waiting for you to explain that to them. Of course, there will be a lot of stuff that you read on the internet and other places about unique selling proposition and other things. But one key element in all of that is communication. As a founder, you know your business well. Are you in a position to communicate what you do simplistically? Do not keep your investor guessing through slide decks what you actually do. The attention span, anyways, is reducing in the entire world. You wouldn't want to waste the opportunity of conversation with a VC. So communicate what you do, how you do, early in your deck or your talk, and make it as simple as possible from an outcome perspective. Show them how your customers, who their customers are. Is there really a pain point? How big is the pain? And then how you're solving it there. Yes, people talk about business model, but business model is not just about monetization. It's probably a lot of activities, including how you are going to market. How are you going to approach and acquire a customer? How are you going to integrate and offer a solution if you're doing a tech product there? So make sure that there is a degree of explanation and, yes, timelines, what to expect, because fundraising is, in a way, allowing people to participate in your future journey there. And in that journey, you want not people to imagine, but showcase them with numbers, timelines, expectations of what you would want the investor to believe that you can execute. Ideas are many. Investors are betting on people who can execute it well. And I think execution risk is understated, which is the most important element of what people seek, investors seek, and founders try and pitch for. So I think a good execution team is more likely to get money faster. And when investors say no, founders, they say no at that point of time. Probably because they have not got enough conviction based on your pitch. They may want to get more data points. It could be by time, it could be by asking you or keeping in touch, which is what they mean by traction. And it's not a question of whether you are doing wrong or right. It's their inability to find full confidence in making that investment at that point of time. So keep in touch, unless they have explicitly said no for reasons that they have explained, or if they explain. So I think most people who keep in touch and grow with the right target audience also do get funding. It's not as if the first pitch always got all the funding. So don't lose hope. There is a lot of people searching ideas. There are new funds coming along. And of course, they also are looking at people. So if not anything, Master Match is here to figure out your web list.
Exactly. So now, as we both know, that fundraising is a very difficult topic to navigate. I think that you have done a really great job in terms of explaining us this term from both sides, investors and the funders. Now I wonder how we as Master Match community can support you.
I think you're building a great product and a team. And if there are people on the Master Match community, if there are founders, CEOs, management team members who are looking at funding, who are looking at growth, it could be early stage, it could be growth stage, and you need a sounding board. Happy to be of service there. If you happen to be a company that has already grown to a size and now you're looking at maybe finding a strategic partner for yourself, another type of investor, not just the financial variety, and you think you want to look at the overseas market from your home country, happy to be a friend. Happy to reach out, look at what we can do, because I think most of the time, rather than running a process, I think it's important to decide who you are valuable to and who shares your vision. And I think that's something that I can help founders build better.
That's perfect. So, what are some other ways you can help people in our community?
I think a lot of people need little mentorship, help in terms of just seeing whether they're pitching correctly or not. And pitch is just one element, but I think putting together whether a business is rightly positioned, probably I can offer that service to founders if they need it there, and make introductions. I mean, nothing wrong in terms of making introductions if you believe in the business. Consumer as a sector, technology as a sector across are things that probably I have managed, invested, grown, and exited. So probably I have a little bit wider experience in those verticals. But yes, I think probably I can do justice to a founder based on the situation that they present perfectly well.
So, thank you so much. Dear listeners, so if you would like to learn from Samir and his experience, please do not hesitate, visit our platform Mastermatch Online and submit your request for knowledge. Platform finds for you people who can share their knowledge and experience with you so that you can save time on research and move quickly with your business objective. Thank you, Samir, one more time for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you, Joanna.
Bye.
Bye.